In his closing arguments, James White, who represented himself, says it was a former friend and co-defendant who killed the victims, 2 children, Shanice Myers and her brother Jeremiah, as well as their mother, Shantae Myers, and a friend, Brandy Mells.
But I assure you, I had no knowledge of what was going to happen that night.
White claims he never entered the family's Lansingburg apartment on the night of the December 2017 killings. Rather, he says he stood outside for nearly 2 hours. White pointed to this evidence of security video, which captured 11-year-old Jeremiah coming home after basketball practice. White claims he and Jeremiah chatted briefly outside, yet he says he never intervened or prevented the child from entering the home, or he would ultimately be killed.
I made the decision to let things play out as if I were not there.
Justin Mann, who accepted 25 to life in exchange for his testimony, told jurors that he and White were both inside that apartment, there to steal a TV and an Xbox controller. Mann claims White threatened him and directed him to tie up the victims while White stabbed them to death. White repeatedly tried to discredit Mann's testimony.
Justin Mann is willing to do and say anything to not only attempt to save himself, but to ensure that I get convicted with him.
As for the prosecution, Assistant District Attorney Matthew Hoff asked how could all 4 victims be tied up and attacked just by one person?
It's simply not feasible that one person did it themselves. It isn't logical.
The prosecution also refuting White's reasoning as to why his DNA, along with 2 of the victims, were found on a pair of black gloves, which he says White was seen wearing in this cell phone video and on CDTA bus video. White claims he and Mann were simply swapping gloves the night of the killings.
It's a ruse. It's a sham.